Welcome to This Startup is Being Recorded. This recording is improvised fiction. Similarities between it and the real world are entirely intentional. Now, enjoy the recording.
All right, and recording is on. Hey, everybody. Happy 2022.
Hey. Yeah.
2022.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I know. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in weeks and weeks and weeks.
It's been a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our first official recording of the new year. I'm just... sorry. Okay, to everyone listening, John is still obviously in Bermuda. So he won't be here. And yeah, Thea also is on holiday. That's what she said. That's all she said. But I just wanted to use this since not everyone's back to do like kind of odds and ends. We have a ton of follow-ups I'm realizing that we haven't gone back to. But for anyone listening, we're MetaMarket for now, still kind of formerly known as MetaMarket. It's a little bit of a gray area.
Yeah, I mean, the paperwork, the lawyers are still crunching on it, and the Calathea's team is still crunching on it. Yeah. So I forget when she gets back from holiday, but we're going to start needing those names sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's getting difficult to write things. But anyway, we are a couch marketplace company that, really ultimately will be shaping the future of trade to give everyone a more comfortable seat at the table. I am Kate Banchette. I am the chief of staff to John, our CEO. And frankly, I missed this place. I mean, it feels like I never left in some ways, but also I missed it.
Did you leave? Yeah, did you end up going on actual vacation?
Sort of. I found out that there's a break room in the basement of this building. And I just never knew that before, and it felt like a whole new adventure. I brought my passport. There was no one to show it to, but to me, that helped me get the feeling I was traveling.
Wow. Okay. But you were here in the building.
Yes, technically.
Over
Though there
winter
is
break.
a separate room you can access through like a tunnel. So I don't know if you would technically consider that part of the building or not, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, introduce yourselves and maybe say what you've been up to the last week or two.
Sure.
Go
ahead, Eric.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Okay. Eric Joy Carter, Chief of Product, Head of Product, and spent the last couple weeks on the open sea doing some diving, some fishing, just some soaking in the sunlight as we hurtle around the solar system once more. Super exciting. Really pumped to get back and think about some long-term stuff. We'll talk about that when we get into all the odds and ends, but feeling refreshed.
Good.
I'll go. My name is Matt.Yachts. That is also my website, and I am the CTO here at the company currently known as MetaMarket. For the last couple of weeks, I don't want to get too into it. There was a Disney vacation planned. That's not 100% what happened. That's neither here nor there. And my partner and I are still kind of hashing it out, and I know she watches these sometimes, so we'll leave that there. But I am excited to be back. I know that there were some members of my team that decided to stick through the break and continue with parameterizing out our apps and back-end code, because we just have MetaMarket hard-coded in a lot of places, and whatever the change is, though, we're going to be ready. So there's been just an awful lot of find replace going on, and proud of them, and proud of what we accomplished last year, despite a lot of just really intimidating obstacles. And I mean, obviously, I'll save a lot of this for the bigger meetings coming up, since we're doing odds and ends until more people are back.
Right. Yeah. I did notice some of your team was here. I couldn't really figure out who it was. There was a lot of locked doors, honestly, and sounds like voice modulation, but...
Well, locked doors is not too surprising. I mean, we do a lot of our server stuff in-house, so there's access controls to not just the server cages themselves, but also the main server room and a lot of the corridors in and around that. I did have something I wanted to ask your advice on specifically, Kate,
Sure.
with respect to the roster of who was on call over the break. Yeah, so if I understood it right, there were 5 people on my roster here. Let me just pull this up.
Sure.
Who, let's see, Rachel Pegram. We have Ray Petrello, Raymond. We've got Michelle.
Okay.
Have y'all met Michelle? She's kind of new.
She had the really specific requirements around which days she got paid. Something like only prime numbers.
Yeah, she likes to do these bits.
Yeah.
I'm kind of supportive because it's, it keeps her invested. Like, she's more of a problem solver. Anyway, Michelle Pulaski. Then we have Ronald Pegram, no relation to Rachel. And just RP. I'm not sure who that is. Actually,
I don't recognize a couple of those names.
yeah, no, looking at my log, these shifts were claimed under the names Rachel Pegram, Ray P, Shell P, R Pegram, and then just RP. But then, the thing I wanted to ask you about is I noticed when payroll went out after the break, Rachel Pegram pulled down a lot of overtime. And looking back at the time cards, it looks like maybe this is just a time card snafu, but like Rachel was the one clocking in and clocking out for pretty much all of those shifts.
Wow.
Which I think was going to go to 5 different people. So,
A time card snafu.
Maybe.
Not to say that I couldn't make a mistake, but I've iterated through that time card process often, I do my own time cards. I have fake time cards that I test on weekends, evenings. I have a few alternate, fake employees that I use to test time cards, but how could she get around the system? Well, is that what you're saying?
Well, gosh, I don't know. Like, reading back over these, I have heard Rachel tell people to call her Ray. I've heard her on the phone, having someone refer to her as Shell. And of course, just her initials are R. Pegram and RP. It's possible that, let me check my email. I did send out mail to the other employees to make sure they got, paid for their clocking in. I haven't actually looked at that. Okay.
Wait, we don't have email addresses for most of those people.
Well, we got, let's see, Michelle says she was on vacation. And that I approved that.
Yeah.
Oh, I did approve that. Yeah. Okay.
I saw her Instagram. She was on vacation.
And Raymond, oh, right. Yeah, Raymond was at home looking after his folks.
Oh, they're so sweet.
They are, yeah. They sent a card in this email. That's very nice.
Total separate topic, but I think this year we might want to revive Grandparents' Day. That was so fun.
I missed that.
Folks are adorable.
Okay. I think I'm starting to get a picture here. And I think Rachel used the ambiguity of the sign-up list to make it look like multiple people would be covering on-call shift. And then she just did it in order to get the overtime.
Or Or she did it maybe because she didn't have somewhere to go home for Christmas. Or, maybe
Oh.
she was waiting in the office for a serendipitous holiday event to happen and change her life.
Kate mentioned something about hearing someone moving around in the IT space, a voice changer in use. Do you notice any other activity out of the ordinary?
Most of the snacks were taken out of the snack places, refrigerator cabinets, snack places.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then I also saw most of the snacks just unwrapped and thrown back into the trash.
Like not eaten, just the food thrown away?
Some of them had little nibbles taken out of them. But wait, is Rachel the one that has quite a menagerie of animals?
On her desk? Yeah.
Yeah. That policy where we allow people to keep pets on their desks is interesting.
Wait, live animals?
Yeah.
Oh. I was referring to her collection of glass and stuffed animals. Some of those are pretty good collector's items. She's got several really hard to find Beanie Babies from back in the day. I've never seen her there with live animals.
Yeah.
Although if she was just hanging out here by herself, there's a chance. Well, this,
Yeah.
so I'm not sure what to do about this, Kate. Is this a disciplinary issue or?
Well, we have it written into our contracts that you can bring pets to work, and we don't restrict those by species because I think that would be very unfair. The whole oh yeah, go ahead, Eric.
I mean, I don't know about you, but a lot of this sounds like pretty unusual behavior. Maybe we should just have one of us, do a one-on-one and see if everything's okay. Maybe we can find out some more.
I mean, I think I need to have a sit down with Rachel no matter what and just kind of see if everything's okay. Mostly I'm just interested in the transparency. That said, I got no complaints about the work. Every PagerDuty notification that went off was answered within moments. So
very clean.
Yeah, she did good work.
I just when you have the one-on-one, just keep in mind that it's definitely a job seeker's market right now. So don't do anything that might get her angry. If she needs more concessions at work, we can always come up with something. Let's keep rolling on these odds and ends.
Sorry, that was supposed to be a smaller
quick one for me. Is you mentioned the name change still being up in the air, and Matt, the great work from the team parameterizing the code. Those two things are still kind of some gaps in where we're going to be for roadmap planning. So I reshuffled our yearly roadmap planning meetings a little bit. We're going to start with the 20-year roadmap next week because we kind of assume everything washes out in the noise there. And we got all the reports from government bodies and the climate change office and stuff to inform the long-term planning. We're going to push the quarterly roadmap 2 weeks. Just hopefully we'll get some more information from the lawyers on how much we're actually going to have to change, and some more info from the team on, brand, name, colors, et cetera, and how big of an impact that's going to be. So you should all see that on the calendars.
Cool. Remind me again how the climate change report affects our roadmap.
Well, I mean, we're trying to predict how, efficient our computing systems are going to be, and that's going to have a lot to do with the processing and availability of rare earth minerals. Which right now, no recycling programs. It's not clear how good that's going to be in 20 years. So, among other things.
As ambient temperatures rise, it's going to be more expensive to cool a data center. So you're going to see data centers migrating further north and further south, away from the equator.
Yeah.
Also, running away from rising sea levels. So excited for that meeting.
Yeah. Feels like we just had it, but we'll have
things change fast.
Yeah, and there's a lot of detail to dive into. We're talking high level stuff now. Eric, I've been watching along some of those Google Docs, and like,
Oh, good.
the math in there it's mind twisting. So I'm really glad you've got good modeling folks on your team.
Yeah, we're really lucky having some technical people with that experience. So, and great working with some of the people on the front end team on that too. I feel like they've risen to the challenge of taking on some new stuff. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I mean they love this kind of like toofty stuff, like data visualization.
Data visualization.
It's their jam.
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent. Okay. Well, also Calvin and Carter are having another baby.
The Calvin and Carter, the investors.
Yeah, they are in their temporary housing, building up models to rebuild. They're going to add an extra bedroom for BB number 3. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just so excited because I get paid per child.
Oh, do you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I still can't believe that you babysit for the investors. That feels like too much,
Yeah.
But then again, you're Kate, you do too much, so.
It brings so much joy to my life and also extra income. So.
Yeah. Between us, I mean, I guess, and the streamers, but is there any word on the investigation into the fire in their previous home?
No, I mean, at this point, it's pretty tightly pinned on Flakes by Jorge, and I don't know, they're kind of accepting that that's it. And I mean, with every box of cereal you buy from Flakes with Jorge, there's an extremely long form you have to sign to exempt Flakes from Jorge from any potential home damage. So
yeah,
they're a little out of luck, but they're also really rich. So
yeah, that's good. Well, it's weird. Yeah, I saw. I don't know if y'all follow. Flakes by Jorge had a tweet where they actually claimed credit for this, which I thought was a really bold brand move.
Yeah, I was gonna mention it, and I kind of pushed it out of my head, but I've read a blind item in the Washington Post about some papers that came out. I think it was the Parkoff papers. Let me see this. It was some uncovered spy program documents that were leaked, and there was a mention of connections to Silicon Valley investors. The Verge picked it up. Nothing really seemed to come out of it, but
yeah, I mean that could be anybody.
It could be anybody, right?
Yeah.
Just because when you were babysitting you heard their kid talking about their friend Parkov.
Yeah.
It's probably a really common Soviet name.
I mean, it's not Karpov, but it's close.
It's close.
Related but not related. Let's say I have an update on Des Moines.
Great.
The sort of zombie data center that we had there that we were having some real issues getting closure on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea informs me that we're all good there. It took some doing, but a developer recently purchased a whole chunk of that subdivision, and they're going to be building a super target there. And from what I understand, it's already been leveled. So,
Great.
and I can confirm no ping packets, data center 100% offline. So any backups we had there are kaputs.
Amazing. That's a really fast-moving developer.
Yeah. Chelsea really kind of understands the socio-political situations in Des Moines. Which reminds me, and I know we're waiting for an update on this, but I want to understand more about what happened with the couch mayoral campaign that we had running.
Yes. I will find an update on that.
Great, thanks. Yeah, Chelsea was pretty cagey about it. She didn't want to give me details, but that's okay. Like, she's like a former SEAL, so everything's need to know with her.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to give an update because I think it's gotten to a point in Iowa law that really hasn't ever happened before. So there's just like a lot of interpretation happening, and it seems like no one is satisfied.
Yeah.
Is it gonna keep going up the court system, you think?
It seems so.
Oh boy.
It's a little bit problematic that we not only ran the couch under our brand, but we as a corporate identity were essentially running. So
Yeah.
I mean, there is a chance for us to make it to the Supreme Court, but you know how these things work. It's a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
fair enough.
this is what happens. Citizens United pretty much guaranteed that something like this would be done. If it wasn't us, it would be somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll be good with it. We'll not do wrong with our mayoral power.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, knock wood, assuming we actually get the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, I did want to ask if you were still using the Screaming Room for your Peloton.
Oh yeah. It should be back tomorrow. I had it shipped with me on vacation, and
Oh my God.
yeah.
You're gonna keep using it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
What?
You didn't see?
I didn't see what. I mean, did y'all see? Like, I hit a 52-week streak. I'm really sticking to it, and this Power Zones program I'm doing is like really changing my endurance. I'm really into it.
You have to be careful.
Yeah.
You can't. What about your heart?
What about it? I mean, this kind of cardiovascular exercise is excellent for my heart.
But not always. Didn't you see he died a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
Sorry,
on a Peloton, Mr. Big.
I don't know who that is. Who's Mr. Big?
What?
What? Do you not watch
Carrie's husband.
Yeah.
That's like a Marvel character, right? Mr. Big.
a Marvel character? No, it's Sex in the City, New York.
Oh.
There's the revival happening.
Yeah.
I never really got into Sex in the City.
Well, that doesn't matter. The point is that Mr. Big died on his Peloton.
Yeah.
Or as a direct result of it. And
Okay.
it's just, we can't
So sorry,
have...
remind me, Mr. Big, you said, is Carrie's husband.
Carrie's husband, after a long back and forth relationship, powerful
Yes.
investment banker, eats steak, smokes cigars, drinks a lot of red wine, and
Right.
crushes the Peloton. And,
Well,
Yeah.
those first three things sounded really bad for your heart.
but he died on the Peloton.
Drinks, smokes a
Yeah.
lot, and eats steak.
It's... and then, I mean, but how could you keep going after what it caused for Carrie, you know?
Remind me, Carrie she's the main character
His
in that show?
Wife, she's
Yeah.
a sex columnist. They almost didn't get married because he didn't show up. It was rough, and
Yikes.
Yeah.
now he's dead, and you just keep riding the death machine in our office. Like, how do you think that's gonna make us feel?
Sorry, so the like long-suffering husband of the main character of a fictional TV show died in a scene that was written by fiction writers, and you're worried about whether the Peloton bike in that scene can kill people in real life?
It could be any of us.
It's not worth the risk.
That's not how it works. I mean, any kind of strenuous exercise can put strain on the heart. And if
What
the
other
heart is
type-
already in bad shape, I mean, I hate to even ask this, does this character have a history of heart trouble?
Yes.
I mean, when it
But
comes
who
to
doesn't?
love,
But who doesn't?
Have they like had heart issues before in the show?
Again, yes.
he could
but-
never commit.
Okay, listen, I can take, if it makes you feel better, I can keep the Peloton at home, okay? Or make a corner for it in my office so nobody has to see me riding it. but I'm definitely going to keep riding. It's really good
Okay.
for you. It's a great habit to be in. It's a really smooth way to get an aerobic workout.
At least have a telehealth appointment with our insurance folks. Or
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's New Year. I'm due for a doctor's checkup anyway.
that would really help, I think.
They have a series of EKGs that they can do for people just for free. It's part of our package.
Oh wow, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to do. I've never done a stress test like that before.
Yeah.
So sounds fun. Wow.
Okay.
I hope is this like a pretty common feeling? Like this thing happened to a fictional TV character, and now everybody's freaked out about the real life exercise bike.
Yeah, things that
It's all
happen in
over.
TV have a huge impact on reality. So, I mean, huge.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you're both worried about it. Let me just assure you it's going to be fine, and I will take steps to prove that to you.
Okay. Let's see. I think we only have a couple other quick things.
Yeah.
Speaking of the pet policy, my mantis shrimps will be arriving tomorrow. So if you see something new on my desk, just
Nice.
don't worry, but also don't eat them.
Yeah. Well, don't mess with them, right? Mantis shrimps pack a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know now that Eric does fishing, so I guess I just want to preface, Eric, that if you ever feel like fishing, any of my aquariums should not be a subject to your fishing.
Absolutely. That won't be an issue.
Okay, great. I mean, we
Too
just
small.
had that problem with Paul last year, and the
Oh right. That was bad.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
bad. That was not very nice.
Ooh.
I mean, granted, people probably shouldn't have chickens in the office anyway, but I also think when someone has a pet, you shouldn't eat it.
Yeah, that's we shouldn't have to write that into the policy, but we did.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of holiday gifts, I got a new coffee machine for my desk. So if anybody wants to try that,
Nice.
that's great. If you want to have the team put it on our login system, that's fine. I think it supports that, but no pressure. I'm happy to keep it off the network if that's better.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I'll bring in some roasts to try out with
Okay.
that.
Yeah. That sounds
Do you
great.
have a grinder to go
Yep.
with?
Yep.
Okay. Do you like it? Because I've got some suggestions. Is all.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty
sweet.
new to this,
Okay.
so yeah, happy to
Oh, nice.
happy to go along for the ride.
It's a burr grinder, right? That
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. You're in good shape. All right. I'm looking forward to this. Okay. That's very
Look
cool.
at you two
Coffee time.
bonding. I love it. Okay, so last quick thing, we got an email from NBC, ABC, one of those. They'd like to use one of our couches in NCIS. So
Oh, really?
yeah, they didn't give details, but I mean, any product placement on TV is a good product placement, right? So I figured, why not? So we've got the docs in the lawyer's hands, and NCIS in February is what's coming.
Wow.
Wow.
NCIS, huh? Mm-hmm. That is what a historied show. Do you know they're in their 19th season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. On CBS and USA, that's gonna be everywhere.
That's cool. I wonder what that's gonna
is
be like.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just good. Just good.
One of our
things.
couches. Do you think oh man, Calathea I wish she was here. She'd probably be really excited.
Yeah.
Cause what if
They did ask
what if
about
canonically did they really? Because
Bugsby. Yep.
what if canonically Bugsby and the NCIS universe, like the meta market in NCIS universes, man.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
they fortunately, I mean, Bugsby, we've already spun him out into his own independent contractor. So, yeah, he's already connecting with them, via me/lawyers. But I figured, no need to bother Thea about this. We'll just get Bugsby signed up, and all PR is good PR, right?
Yeah. Do you see he has an IMDb page now?
No, I haven't seen it. So
Bugsby.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, Bugsby, pre-production, NCIS. Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
gonna be great,
it's such an action-packed show, and I mean, just like, it's a team of really well-meaning folks working really hard to catch just like really hard and violent folks, people who just like they are willing to do the most. And that's going to be exciting to see our couch on that.
Well, okay. Well, that was all the odds and ends I had. Anyone have anything else?
I think that's all I've got for now. Looking forward to digging into the bigger, chunkier stuff when more people are back.
Let's do it.
We love the chunks. All right.
We do.
Let me stop the recording.
This meeting has ended. To subscribe to This Startup is Being Recorded, go to the podcast player of your choice and tap a button that likely says subscribe. More content is on Twitter @StartupRecorded, or shoot us an email with ideas, feedback, or your personal startup horror story at hello@startuprecorded.com. Kate is played by Valerie Garrison. Valerie is a health tech product manager and regularly plays with the improv troupe Letters to Chicken online. You can find her on Twitter @thevalgaris. Eric is played by Barry Wright. Barry is a product manager at Spotify and a co-founder of Highwire Improv. Find him by his name on LinkedIn, where he holds regular office hours, or at highwireimprov.com. Matt is played by Marty McGuire. Marty is a senior web engineer and improviser in New York City. You can find Marty's comedy, code, and cats on his website at mmg.re. Calathea is played by Robin Stegman. Robin is a digital campaign manager for Ocean Conservancy and is a comedian mostly found at Highwire Improv. You can find her on all the social medias, and she does mean all, at @rstegi. Thank you for listening.